Enigma coin collector here, and I have a hankering for a penny hunt. Now, it's been really hard for me to get boxes of circulated pennies in my area for quite some time now, and I had to resort to driving around to random banks and asking them for as many penny rolls as I could get. Now, one bank did give me a good portion of Fed-wrapped pennies, as you can see here, but I do have some customer-wrapped here. So it's kind of a mix. I did have to go to some different banks to get some. So these aren't even all from the same branch, same bank name. They're all mixed up in there. But we've got a box of 50 rolls to hunt, and I'm really thankful for it. We're going to be looking for Wheaties, of course. Indian head cents would be awesome. Foreigns, errors, and varieties. Anything cool, unique, and interesting, we're going to be bringing you in and show you what the finds are. But right now, it's time to get ready with roll number one. It's going to be a bank-wrapped roll, but that's fine. And get to cracking. We're on roll number 3, near the end of the roll, and we've got our first wheat cent. Could be older, based off of the wear. And it is 1927. A 20s Wheatie is the first Wheatie that we find, and that is a nice find. First find of the box. Hopefully there's more like it. We're on the board with the 20s. Just laid out roll number 5, and we've got another wheat cent poking out near the back. Is this one going to be old as well? Nope, just going to be a 1941, I think. Yep, 1941 Philadelphia. Still, we will take it. Same roll near the back. We got our third one, 1956 Denver. Roll number 7, and this is one of the customer wrapped rolls, and I know we've got 2 more in here. It's going to be a 1952 Philadelphia, and then I saw the word 1 sticking up with Wheaties. 1944 again. So, sorry, 44 for the first time. Are there going to be any more in here? I don't think so. I didn't see any out of the corner of my eye, but if there are, I'll bring you in. But 2 Wheaties in a customer roll is good. Roll 9 is going to give us our first foreign. It's a 1999 from our friends up north. Canadian, and then something of an odd find. Penny with an M yellow sticker on it. Not sure what that is, but thought it was interesting. Roll number 15 is going to have at least 3 finds. Second coin in, we have a 1942 Denver. And then we had a Canadian back here, 1981. So that's our second foreign of the box. And right beside it, because I pulled it down, I saw the date. Our second wheat cent of the roll in 1944. Is that an S? No, 1944 D. Not a bad roll at all. Roll number 16. I spy with my little eye a 1942 wheat cent. Same roll, just a few coins later, we've got a 1948 out of Philly. Roll 21, our third foreign of the hunt, and it's also from Canada. It's a 1980. Roll 22, and it's a customer wrapped roll with a corroded but nice detailed wheat cent, 1956. Roll 23 has our fourth foreign of the box, and if we get many more of these, I'm just going to show you at the end. This is an 86 Canadian. Roll number 30. We've got our next wheat cent, 1951 out of Denver. Same roll, I must have missed it, but we've got our second one in this one roll, and it's going to be a 1944 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 31, and when I pulled down the coins, I saw an oldie looking up at us. Check this out, a 1919 Philadelphia, no mint mark, but that is a teens Wheatie. It is slick. Yeah, it is slick, all right, but it's a teens Wheatie. No mint mark for sure. Very happy to have it. 1919 Philadelphia, our oldest of the box. All right. roll 32, and it's one of these customer wrap rolls, and I dumped it out. I see two things that are going to catch our attention. That is going to be a 1946 Philadelphia wheat cent, and then where to go? There it is. This Canadian. Bring it in for that because we had the other one. Anyway, 6th Canadian. A lot more wheats though. Roll number 38, we're going to have our next find. It's just going to be a 1942 out of Philly, but we're still going to take it. Believe it or not, that's going to be the last official find for the box because the last part of it got really cold. I do have the errors and varieties check and go through, and I'll bring it back, but if not, I think we're going to add a second box to this one if I get one. So let me bring it back. The only thing we found was another 09 and another colorized coin, but that's all we had. I'll go through the errors and varieties and let you know what I find and see what we're doing with the next box. Well, we've got some success in the error and variety department. You can see I've got a 2000 Philly under the scope, and it was actually the first one that I scoped. And you can see we've got the wide AM. The distance between the A and the M is pretty much the same as it is from the M to the E. That's considered wide. Usually on the close AMs, which 99.99% of them are, the A and the M are touching. You can also double check down here. The FG is close to the Memorial Building. It should be far away. So we've got a 2000 wide AM, which is really cool. Don't usually find these, and really happy to have this. So that's going to conclude box 1. Let me bring it back for a recap, and we'll go from there. Like I said, that's the end of box number 1. Really interesting that we found an A and an M sticker coin in that box, and it foreshadowed the fact that we found a 2000 wide AM. Crazier things have happened, I guess, but it's just really odd that we found that in one box. Anyway, we also had the 1919 Philly, and we had an assorted amount of finds, which I will go over at the end of the video. We do have box number 2. I was able to get it. And these are circulated pennies. Yes, they are. We've got a 2009 right there on the end of roll number 2. Anyway, hopefully we can add to the finds, keep up with our good luck with the pennies, and get some more points on the board. Roll number 3 of box number 2 is going to have our first wheat cent. It's going to be our 16th of the hunt. It's a 1953 Denver. Roll number 4, we're going to make money on this roll because I believe that is going to be a dime. Yes, it is. 1965. How crazy would that have been had that been silver? Roll number 5, I was sliding down the pennies. As I flattened the rollout, I spotted a 1944 Philadelphia. It's our second wheat cent of the box, 17 overall. Roll number 19, and aside from a handful of Canadians and more 09s, haven't found anything yet until now. We're going to have 2 in this roll, actually. First one is a 1944 Philly. Second one of the box, and yep, some wheat ears down the line. This one is a 1956 Denver. So it's been a little bit of a drought since that beginning of the box. Hopefully it'll pick up. Roll 22, we've got a 1955. You can check for the DDO. It's pretty obvious. Not going to be it, though. Either way, we will take it and add it to the board. Roll number 24, we're going to have wheat cent number 21. See it poking up right there. 1946 out of Philadelphia. Roll 25, halfway through the box. Got another wheatie. And that is going to be, I think, a 52. Yeah, wow, corroded. 1952 out of Philly. We're going to have to make some room for it. I'll put it right there. Keep on. Crack and roll. We're on roll 29, and we found our next wheatie. It's got some damage to it. You can see something dinged it right there at the top corner. Could be on the older side of things as well. There we go. You can see it. It's a 30s. 1934, I believe. Yeah, 1934. This is going to be our oldest one from this box, our second oldest in the hunt overall. That is really cool. 1934. Nice. Roll number 31 has our next wheat cent. Caught it poking up right there, and that's going to be a 1945 out of Philadelphia. Near the end of the next roll is our next find, and it's another 1945 out of Philly. Roll 41, it's been a little bit, but we've got our next wheat cent, and judging by the back, it could be older, which would be a really nice find, worn on the wheat ears. And it's just a 1941, but we'll still take it. Roll number 45, we're getting down to the end of this box. Got a 1955 Philly. Not the D. Oh well, we'll still keep it. Roll 46, the end of this box is starting to get hot. Another find. 1957, Denver. Roll number 47, and we had an ender that I missed. Check this one out. Third year wheat cent, 1912. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Worn as can be. But man, 1912 Philly. That is an awesome find in the box. 1912, oldest of the box, oldest of the hunt. Nice. And that's going to be all the finds, at least the obvious finds in that box. And I think we're going to end the hunt here with 2 boxes because I don't want the video to get too long. The only thing left to do is to check for errors and varieties in the sense I have listed here. And then I'll be bringing you back for a recap. So I'll see you back here shortly. And we're back with the recap. No errors or varieties found in box number 2, and it should be no surprise that box number 1 stole the show here. 83 points with that 2000 wide AM. We had a 1919P. The second box had the 1912P, but it didn't have an error variety. That's 25 points. You can see the scores here, the tallies. Actually, 2 really solid boxes. And the copper, take a look at the copper as well. 1,900 grams in the first box, 1,700 grams, a little over that in the second box, well above my average of 1,400 grams in those 2 boxes. And you know what? It was a really, really fun hunt. Box number 1 finds are up there. There's that 1919 Philadelphia. And the rest of the finds, we did have a bunch of Canadians, a couple 09s. We made 9 cents with that dime. And then, very, very fitting that we found 2 sticker coins, an A and an M, along with that 2000 wide AM. Box number 2 finds are down below here. We did have a fair number of Canadians, but 10 09s. There is that 1912P and the 1934P, the oldest cent right there being the 1912. Crazy that we found a 110-year-old penny in the box. 1934 was beat up a little bit, and there are the rest of the finds. Again, nothing else really cool, unique, and interesting other than that 1912. I did check for all of the errors and varieties listed here on Rob Finds Treasures Mat, and I actually did check, and I don't have a 1912P in my penny album. Like I said, I am behind in my penny album, so we are going to get to fill a spot with this hunt, and that is always good. Right there is where it's going to be at for the rest of its career. I hope you enjoyed watching this 2-box penny hunt. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you've got something to say, leave it in the comments below. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. And remember, it's always a mystery until you crack open those rolls and you find out what you got inside. Thanks for taking the time to watch, everyone. Catch you on the next one.